Explain to me what happened in this case, because obviously it all fell apart after you going through the arduous task of going through a police investigation and it then being passed on to the CPS. Why did this not lead to court for you?
I think there's a couple of different reasons. The first one is that the toxicology report is quite flawed. So this all comes down to consent. Right now, there is no debate on whether or not sex happened. My attacker said in his statement that it happened, and in addition, the police found used condoms on the scene. The problem is that I don't even remember meeting this man until I woke up next to him naked on a hotel bed. So for me, I need to be able to prove that I was incapable of giving consent for sex. And there's a couple of reasons that the police had a flawed investigation. The first one being that they gave the wrong timeline to the toxicology lab. And this is something that I've been flagging with both the police and the CPS since I finally got a copy of that toxicology report about 6 months after my final appeal to the CPS. In that report, it shows that they say my last memory was at 7 p.m., but it was actually at 4 p.m., which is a pretty big difference when you're trying to figure out blood alcohol levels as well as the potential for being dosed with the drug. And the other thing is that it shows is that my attacker had not a single drop of alcohol in his system and was found in possession of both Viagra and LSD.
You say the police investigation is flawed. We do just have to give the Metropolitan Police's response to that. The Met Police say that it carried out a thorough investigation following these allegations and will always provide support to anyone who reports a serious sexual offence. The Crown Prosecution Service said, having looked carefully at all the available evidence, a specialist prosecutor decided there was insufficient evidence for a realistic prospect of conviction in this case. Now, you feel so strongly about this. I'm very impressed at how together you are about it in terms of what must have been an awful experience, what must have been an arduous process. But you're taking matters into your own hands now, and you're wanting to bring a private prosecution, which is costly. So you are asking people to help fund that. What makes you think that you will get a better result through private prosecution?
Absolutely. So it's 2.5 years later, and I'm a lot stronger than I was. I wouldn't be sitting here otherwise. It's taken me a long time to be healed enough to be able to talk about this in public. As I mentioned, there's some deep problems with the police investigation itself, but they're fixable. Basically, all we need to do is some new math, and then all of a sudden, it's a very much more straightforward case. The police saying that they provide support to anyone is sadly not what my experience was. Maybe if I'd been provided with some support, it would have gone a lot more easily. But no matter how much I asked for support, they didn't provide it. And indeed, they didn't even refer my case to victim support until December. So I was raped in May, and I got a call from victim support in December of that year saying the police had just referred my case.